back with another incredible PSA reveal. We have it all in this one tonight, everybody. We have vintage, we have the GOAT, as you see right there, and some very fun and interesting cards. I hope you enjoy it. What's the best way to make sure you don't break out a rip card? Well, you put it in a PSA slab. And so this one is a 2018 Allen & Ginter rip card, obviously, but the rip card's still in there. And will until I go to the coffin. So it's you see it's numbered there, 15 out of 50. So that'll be a fun card for one of my kids to enjoy when I go on. But it's a beauty. Hopefully it's the only one that's ever left. You never know. It's hard not to rip those cards for sure. Then we have carry the bat to first base, Mr. Alex Bregman. Again, I love these Inception cards, 2019 Inception, but they're very similar to all the other 19 cards. You're going to get a 9. That's the orange out of 50. Then another picture of the GOAT. I bought this in an Inception lot. Just a beautiful card, but again, it's going to be a 9 because that's just how it works. Just love those cards. They're thicker, so on the bulk order, it's pretty good value, I think. You know, getting them in the slab. And then this was a nice little victory I did get, and it's numbered, so I don't know what the heck happened. Might have just been an act of kindness or mercy on behalf of one of the graders. But there's the GOAT, who obviously everyone knows won his 7th gold glove in a row. Only Roland Schmidt and Brooks Robinson have more gold gloves at third base. That's pretty good. All right, so now for those of you who say, when is Bald Rhino going to show some vintage? Well, I've got some ugly vintage here. And these were bought on, I can't remember, Greg Moore's cards maybe, I can't remember. So a couple of my viewers have mentioned that there might be some shill bidding there. I didn't experience it, but it's a good thing to look out for. But I think that the most important thing is that these folks that sell raw cards sometimes online are experts, and they know what it's going to grade out at. And so be prepared for lower grades if you're going to grade them. So hard to tell how good a shape the cards are in when you're looking at them online. But this is the Campaneris All-Star shortstop. It's got I was surprised it didn't get kind of a stain grade. You'll notice over by the star there, there's a little darkening, but it didn't. So not too bad. Collector's grade of 7 there. This one was a catastrophe. I think it's just because it's so miscut. But this is the Steve Garvey 75. That's a 6. You just can't do it. I mean, the card is beautiful. It's centered very nicely left to right. Great surface, but so it could be an 8 on a different day, maybe. Who knows? And then this one was okay, actually. This is the Willie McCovey. I love the 75 set. It's just too expensive, so I do occasionally try to find raw cards that are good. But that, I kind of believe that there's not that much difference between that one and the Garvey in terms of centering. But that's a PSA 8. And you'd always rather have the Hall of Famer, I think. Try to hold your breath now because you get to see this one up close because I'm not going to balance it there. But, yep, that is the world champion Reds in a PSA 7. Nice collector grade, Sparky Anderson down at the bottom there. I mean, it kind of just waters up your eyes a little bit. Yep. Nationals are a great team. That was a fun World Series. God, was that fun. So happy to see the Dodgers and Yankees go down. Oh, it's beautiful. All right, well, this is the 75 Topps Tony Leva. It's another PSA 8. But, you know, the centering is fair there. Not great, but again, corners are good. Surface was spectacular. PSA 8. He's a sneaky Hall of Famer, maybe. You know, now that Bane's got in, everybody can get in. But here's I thought this would be a 9. That's why I bought it. And obviously it's not, but very, very beautifully centered Steve Mingori. And then sometimes you get really lucky, because when I received these grades, I was kind of like, oh man, what a bust. But these two cards were not a bust. This is the George Foster. You'll see there, PSA 9. Very pretty card. And anytime you get a red in that era, it's sure fun. This one is a fun grade. There's quite a lot of these cards, actually. I was surprised at the pop report being as high. But Bucky Dent, PSA 9. Here comes a great Joe Morgan in a PSA 8. Just gorgeous. Now look how close that is on the bottom there, and that's still received an 8. So I think, I don't know, man, that one, Steve Garvey must have been so close to being an 8. But this was a disaster. This is the mini rookie card of Jim Rice, 6. It does have a surface issue, which I missed. And that's why the grade's so bad. It's going to happen. More often than not, it does happen to me. I just need to be more careful. This is the Cesar Geronimo, a very unsung hero of the Big Red Machine, and a mini PSA. The mini's very hard to grade, so that was there's some really bad grades coming up here. So I'm pretty happy with that one. And then the unsung, he was just incredible at the shortstop position, Dave Concepcion. And collector's grade of PSA 7 there. Not too bad. Not too bad. But there's a corner on that card that's a little rough. And that's okay. You're going to get a little... These are 75. They're so tough to grade. Now this was silly. This was the best card, I thought, of the whole lot in terms of its centering, the way it looked, and surface. And it got an 8. So... if anybody's a big Tim Foley fan, let me know. This one was fun. This is the greatest catcher to ever live, Johnny Bench, and the 1970 Most Valuable Players. This was an 8. And this didn't cost me anything. This was one of the cards that kind of made the order a little bit. It's a beautiful card. Those are fun. I don't know if you remember them, but those were pretty doggone popular when I was a kid. Here's one of the disasters. You may want to hold your nose. Coming up here. You would never see Filmington or Lico get this type of thing. That's why, my subscriber base is dropping right now as we view this card. This is the Robin Yount mini rookie card. So now I think I have a 3 in the regular and a 4 in the mini. Not your best grades, but it's a rookie card. Here's coming up another card that I love, but I missed the surface issue on this baby. And that is a PSA 4. That's the first card from the 75 set. Great picture of Hank. But not your best. And here is a nice card of Bert Blyleven. PSA 6. But I mean, I looked this card over, and it does have some chipping on the bottom right-hand side. That I thought they were pretty punitive, and again, I don't remember it being that bad when I submitted it. So, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? This next one was really a great one. It's probably one of the top 3 best pictures of Johnny Bench on a card. 73 is excellent as well. But this is the GOAT on the catching side for sure. PSA 8, but just, man, is that a fantastic picture. I was so thrilled to get that. So thrilled. And then I'll finish with the grand finale here after this card, but the reason I graded this was because Bench is in the picture. I just wanted a copy of it in a PSA. This is actually a childhood card in a 6, but the centering is great. It's just this little flaw up here at the not flaw, but printing mark that hurt the grade there. But again, It's a beautiful card. And last but not least, this is what keeps you coming back. This is a tough, kind of a low pop card right now, but this is the 2017 Mike Trout Bowman Then and Now card in a PSA 10. And I had actually pulled 2 or 3 of these, and they just were all torn up, like a dog had gotten to homework or something. And so when this one came back at 10, I was like, yeah, baby. So paper, I'm starting to, and I don't know, I'd be curious about what the real YouTubers think, but I'm not too excited about grading chrome anymore. I just feel like, well, you know what? Everybody gets these 10s. The value of it is going down. I think that if you can get pristine copies of 10s in the paper, they're going to eventually be worth a lot more money. So I don't know if that's right or wrong, but I'm pretty certain that I'm going to really relax my efforts of submitting cards that are not that are chrome. I'm just not going to do it. It doesn't seem worth it to me. So ending this fine video in a festive mood, I wanted to show you just another one of the examples of how fun that Topps Holiday 2019 Topps Holiday is. Man alive, if you've seen the prices online, they're very popular. The pursuit of the short prints and the just the fun nature of the cards. I mean, I've already bought boxes for friends and nephews and so forth to open because it's going to be just such a good time. So anyway, I hope that you have a good night. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.